Alrighty boys, so the first category we're going to cover today is, I guess, knowing the purpose of the four-wheel drive, knowing what you want out of your car, and I guess that's the first starting point of picking a four-wheel drive, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Going through, working out whether you're looking for a liveaboard vehicle or whether you're towing, whether it's a weekend worry to get out and do some four-wheel driving. I guess, Nico, what are you mainly doing with your car?
It's whether or not you're happy to bash it around too, I suppose, and or if it is something that just hits the tarmac. The only way to sort of get, I suppose, a big vehicle on the road or towing a caravan is to have that big vehicle, and unfortunately, not all of them are actually go off road.
No,
so
there's a difference, I guess, between a touring vehicle and a rock crawler.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
We've seen there's heaps of people in the industry who have tried to bridge that gap between a touring vehicle and a rock crawler. There isn't one perfect car to set up as a full-blown tourer that is then suitable to go rock crawling and do some of the harder tracks, because to set it up as that full liveaboard car, it's going to weigh a lot. So, and with what all of us are like, we all want all the mod cons these days, and we want coffee machines and induction cookers, which means batteries and everything else. That's also, I guess, starting off and working out what you want to do with the car is probably the first thing. Even yours, Brent.
Yeah, and being realistic about what you're actually going to do with the car, not what you think you might do one day, what you're actually going to do, and whether that's looking back over the history of your touring or travelling and what you've actually done and how often, it's one of the things is like serious full driving, huge river crossings and stuff like that. If you look back how many times you've actually gone through a river crossing that's deep enough that warrants like a massive snorkel or something along those lines, Some people I think get carried away with wanting everything but not actually maybe needing it in reality. So,
and I think getting some decent advice in the industry is one thing. Brendo, you and the team try and help customers through that process.
Yeah, as I say, choosing the right vehicle from the get-go is super important, because there's so many factors with it, like aftermarket accessories, GVMs, GCMs, all that sort of stuff, which all comes into effect whether you're building a full liveaboard or you plan to hook up a 3.5 tonne van and tow it around Australia.
So look, I guess if you are looking at building a brand new vehicle, you want to stay tuned in this video, because some of them things like suitability, payload, price, final price, I guess. It's one thing to look at the cost of a new car, but it's another thing to look at what you need to do to that car. So if you are looking to build a new vehicle, I think stay tuned, because we're going to cover a lot of this stuff in the other segments or sections moving forward. So there's a few things, bit of a recap to consider. What is the purpose you're looking to do with building your new vehicle? That's probably the starting point. If you have a horse float that weighs 4.5 tonne, you're not going to buy a BT50. So they're the things to consider, what you're planning on doing, how big is your caravan and all that kind of stuff, or are you looking to live out of the vehicle? So there's some of the things that we'll move forward and touch on in the next segment. So make sure, assess what you're actually looking to do with the vehicle first and foremost.
Let out the beast.